I remember all these cribs back in the day when I was young. Down here on Chambers Street in Clairton, Pennsylvania. This was John Matthews' house. This was Miss Mamie's house. A few other people lived in it after that. I ain't gonna give their names. Come all the way up here to the stop sign, Shaw Avenue. The Milettas lived here. It's abandoned now. They got security cameras on the building, which is cool. We used to sit right there on the front of that stoop right before Norman built that ramp for his grandparents. Well, for his parents, I'm sorry, for his parents. For Mr. Beebe and Miss Miletta. We used to play in that yard. I used to cut that yard down there. The grass. Used to be a house here with an apple tree in it. This was my boy Chris James's house, all covered up. This is like Life After People on Shaw Avenue and Chambers. So the street going down is Shaw, and the street I'm walking up is Chambers. Look how high the grass is. Look how high this grass is. Right here, you got Cornell's house. That's his truck. But before Cornell moved in that house, that was Henrietta Buckman's house. That was Mr. Buckman's garage. Right there, he used to always do all kind of work in his garage. Right here was Mr. Buckman's house. Right there is Chris James's house. Mr. Woody James. All kind of stuff done grew up in here. You got lawnmowers, etc. There was nothing but hedges here. That was a nice house when Mr. Woody had it. Nice house, a lot of childhood memories there. Yep. And next to Mr. Buckman's house right here, which is 405, you had Bobby Johnson's house and Miss Johnson's house. Miss Johnson was his mother. It sat here. When you pan on over here where you see this pavement, see these nails in this pole? We had many milk crates on this pole, many milk crates. We used to shoot hoops on it, basketball. Right in between here, sidewalk and these bricks, was my grandmother's flower bed. That tree right there, y'all, my grandmother made the best mulberry pie out of that tree. The fruit that grew here, I used to climb this tree. My grandmother's house sat right here. 3-story house, attic, second floor, first floor. No basement but a storm cellar. Pan over here, her garage was here. She had one of them garages where you could change your oil. Had a pit, an oil pit in the bottom. All right. Yep, there was a mulberry tree here, and this tree is still here after all them years. My grandmother passed away in '93. I pan on over here. It's a lot of junk this here. All right. It's a lot of junk down here. A lot of people own this stuff. And I ain't gonna give their names, but a lot of memories here. We used to cut this grass. Tommy Everson's house sat here as well, right next to my grandmother's garage. And I had a terrible dream when I was 20 years old of a group of females that pulled up in a car off of Shaw Avenue and turned up on Chambers and came after me in a 5.0 Mustang convertible. But back over there, everybody wanted to know, but back over there, right there, my grandfather's garden was right over there. So from here was the alley. So when you drive up Chambers Street, you turn right there. You can't see it, but that was a road. All the way up there, then back around, and it was an apartment complex back there. Kenny Norfleet, Lee Norfleet, Floyd Brown, all of them, they stayed back there. They were some good people. But right over there, my grandfather's garden was over there. It was a 2-house lot garden. And back over there is where a grapevine grew on a tree. And I guarantee you, till this day, it's back there. But I'm not big on going in them bushes anymore. But I could tell you, I know my way in and out of them bushes. We had all kind of clubhouses and everything in them woods. But things have changed. Even got this old truck here. Sky Juice Deliveries, Clairton. Juicy Ford, that was a good dude. I knew that dude. He was a good dude. Yup, this was my stomping ground. This is my old street. I grew up here. My brother, my aunt. Blair Heights Projects was all the way on the other end. And right across from this house, 409 Chambers, was my father's house, 410. Right next to Mr. Buckman's garage, there was a little space right there, and our house was right here. And it's amazing that all these trees grew in here, but our house had caught on fire. It caught on fire. I'll never forget that. But I can see right now that the same tree that my grandmother said, do not eat those berries. I can't see them from here, but it was some berries. My grandmother used to call them snake berries. Do not eat them. Do not eat them. And there was a patch of bushes. If you go back in these woods, this actually used to be a yard y'all looking at right here. This was a yard. But there used to be a patch of bushes. If you went in them, you would itch, and it would do something crazy to your skin. But all of this, y'all, you could tell how many years done went by. So my house caught on fire in the 80s, but this street was still ticking in the 90s, all the way up until 2000, 2001. We left Chambers Street. So from 2001 till now, it's a long time. But from the 80s until now, that's a long time. Y'all, I had a lot of good memories here. Let me show y'all something. There go those berries I was talking about. They're not berries, but here they go. See them on that tree, them little buds? Yep, they turn purple. We used to throw these at each other when we was kids. We used to make bow and arrows out of stuff like this. Yep. You know how many times I fell off of Mr. Buckman's stump right here? I used to sit right here and watch this man tear apart 800 water heaters. He had these posts sitting here with a chain that go across so you don't go in his garage. And I see throughout the years he got a new garage put on it. Rest his soul in peace. He was a good man. We used to run all in between these houses back here. And we got hollered at, come on, time to eat. My grandmother gonna cook dinner, breakfast. We all out playing. Yep, but that's Mr. Buckman's, this is Miss Henrette's. We used to hide behind these hedges playing hide and go seek and everything, y'all. Yep. A lot of memories back here. That's an excellent family there. It's an excellent family down there as well. Chambers Street was a beautiful place, y'all. This was home. This was home. A lot of stuff still look the same, but a lot of stuff is overgrown. It's just hard to picture houses being back in this corner, but it was a lot of houses back in that corner. I just thought I'd show y'all where I grew up at. This was my stomping ground. This was my home right here, this little corner. Down the bottom of the hill was BT's. We called it BT's. I used to go down there and play my grandmother's numbers. And she'd go give me 50 cents, 35 cents to get me some Cheetos. Down there at State Street, they called that Black Bottom. Let you get Shaw Avenue and Chambers on film, and then I'll cut the film. Shaw Ave, Chambers Street. Chambers Street all day, y'all. Stay blessed. Look at my boy Chris James's house. Gone. His dad had the nicest Buick LeSabre in the world, 2-door, clean, back there in the garage. Hard to see that this was a beautiful house. Beautiful house. It looked like something out of Jumanji. Nothing but laughter, kids playing and everything. A lot of memories down here. It's too much to tell. Everybody stay blessed.